difficult one, right? I mean, I don't necessarily know if Oleksandr Usyk cares about becoming undisputed again. He's done that. So whereas some might say, oh, well, Daniel Dubois to become undisputed, I don't think that's Oleksandr Usyk's chase right now. I mean, he mentioned fighting Alex Pereira, who lost on the weekend, an MMA guy. So I think his thing now is just about having fun fights and the fights that make him the most money. When you look at the heavyweight landscape, what fight makes him the most money? It actually probably is Daniel Dubois.
Ade Oladipo has ignited a heated debate about Oleksandr Usyk's future, and it's turning heads in the boxing world. According to Depo, Usyk may no longer be chasing undisputed titles. Having already cemented his legacy by becoming the undisputed champion once, the hunger for more belts might have faded. Rather than focusing on top heavyweight contenders like Daniel Dubois, Usyk appears to be drawn toward lucrative, high-profile fights. Depo highlighted Usyk's recent mention of a potential bout against MMA fighter Alex Pereira, a competitor who recently suffered a loss. This could be a major indication that Usyk is shifting his focus from legacy-defining fights to spectacle-driven, money-making matchups. With his accomplishments already solidified, he might now be playing by his...
I think they go straight to Dubois versus Oleksandr Usyk. I think they go straight to it. It's the only fight that actually makes sense for Oleksandr Usyk, and it's the biggest money fight outside of fighting Fury again, which won't happen, and fighting AJ, which doesn't make sense. And unfortunately for Joseph Parker and for Agit Kabayel, I don't think they have a title fight. The only way they have a title fight, and it could happen, is if Oleksandr Usyk gets stripped or vacates.
His own rules. But what does this mean for the heavyweight division? Is Usyk truly done with title fights? Or is there still a chance for him to reign supreme once more? Depo made a bold prediction, a showdown between Usyk and Dubois. He dismissed all other potential matchups, insisting that Usyk versus Dubois is the only fight that makes sense right now. It's not just another heavyweight bout. It's the money fight of the division. Outside of a potential rematch with Tyson Fury, which seems increasingly unlikely, or a bout with Anthony Joshua, which no longer fits the current narrative, Usyk versus Dubois is the clash that will capture global attention. Meanwhile, Joseph Parker and Agit Kabayel appear to be without a clear path to a title shot, unless Usyk vacates or is...
He was not in the best place right now, but Usyk Dubois, would that of course overskip a Joseph Parker fight, let's say if that was to be revisited for the summer, providing Joe wins of course?
I'll hand deliver the contract tonight.
Yeah?
Of course, we all want to see the unification, but I want to see Joe come through. Joe's a Queensbury fighter as well. I want to see Joe come through. I want to see him
stripped of his belts. Depo isn't sugarcoating the situation. Usyk versus Dubois is the defining fight that will shape the heavyweight landscape. The question remains, can Dubois rise to the occasion, or will Usyk prove he is simply on another level? Promoter Frank Warren is not waiting around. Today, he is prepared to take decisive action and deliver the contract for the highly anticipated Usyk versus Dubois fight. No more delays, no more second-guessing. Warren recognizes that this is the bout that will define the future of the heavyweight division, and he is determined to make it happen immediately. However, there is still an important variable at play: Joseph Parker's performance. His success could influence...
Now, if Usyk-Dubois rematch does come off, apart from what you would hope for, a better refereeing performance, what else needs to change for Dubois to become victorious this time?
Nothing. He's done everything he needs to do. He's changed a lot from that fight. He's grown up a lot. We've seen him in his last 3 performances that he's had. This is a different Daniel Dubois, and this will be, I believe this could be his time.
It's the broader heavyweight picture and set the stage for a future unification bout. Despite this, Warren remains unwavering. If Parker does his part, the path is clear. The biggest showdown of the year is on the horizon, and today, Warren aims to make it official. Usyk versus Dubois is happening, and the heavyweight division will never be the same again. Frank Warren has just lit the fuse, and the heavyweight division is buzzing. Usyk might still be the king, but is his throne about to crack? Daniel Dubois isn't stepping back into the ring just to settle a score. He's coming back to dismantle Usyk. Warren is convinced that if this rematch happens, it could be Usyk's worst nightmare. Gone is the hesitant, unsure fighter from their first encounter. Dubois has evolved. He's stronger, smarter.
If he ain't ducking anyone, if the objective of the fight that unfortunately didn't take place was the winner was going to fight Usyk. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. So it didn't happen, and we are where we are now. So if the Usyk fight can be made, it will be made.
And more dangerous than ever before. The controversial stoppage, the lessons learned, and his complete transformation have all prepared him to shake the foundation of the heavyweight division. While Usyk has remained nearly untouchable, Warren sees something the rest of us might not. A relentless Dubois, ready to bring chaos. There's no more playing it safe, no more doubts. This is Dubois' time to take it all. The question remains, can Usyk withstand this evolved version of Dubois, or is his reign on the verge of collapse? On the other hand, Warren is making one thing crystal clear. Daniel Dubois isn't backing down from anyone. His mission remains unchanged. That fight that never happened wasn't just another match. It was Dubois' shot at Alex.
I have one question.
One?
Yes, you won.
Okay.
You want to fight Daniel Dubois next?
Yes, I wanna.
Will that happen?
What?
Will it happen next?
Good, one question.
What did you make of Parker Bakali?
Oleksandr Usyk. And while that opportunity was taken away, Warren is determined to make it happen. No excuses, no delays. If a rematch with Usyk can be arranged, it will be, no matter what. Meanwhile, Dubois understands exactly what's at stake. He wasn't just preparing for any opponent. He was gearing up for the battle that would propel him to the top. Now, with everything in limbo, Warren is working tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure Dubois gets what he was promised. The real question now is whether Usyk will step up and settle this unfinished business, or if Dubois...
He's got to be able to get them power shots off, but, against somebody like him, Usyk's not chinny, so he's got his work cut out.
Dubois will have to carve his own path to claim what he believes is rightfully his. Oleksandr Usyk, for his part, kept it brief, but there's no mistaking his stance. He's ready for the challenge. When asked about a potential showdown with Joseph Parker, Usyk didn't hesitate, making it clear that he's more than willing to step into the ring. No fluff, no evasions, just pure, unwavering confidence. The heavyweight division is heating up, and with Parker now making his mark, Usyk has another serious contender at his doorstep. The only question is whether this fight will happen next, or if Parker will have to wait his turn. With so many dynamics shifting in the heavyweight scene, one thing is certain: if this fight goes down, it's going to be an absolute war. Moreover, Peter Fury isn't backing down. He knows exactly what's on the horizon. Daniel Dubois is walking straight into Usyk.
I disagree. I'm in the gym every day and I see these punches, and I've looked at that punch time and time again. It's in the groin, in between the hip and the pelvis. Get it there, and it'll put any heavyweight right off. So, no, it was definitely it was a low shot. Usyk, have we seen him wince to the body? Yeah, for sure. But he's got to get them shots there, hasn't he? And Usyk seems, so far, to have all the answers.
Straight into a nightmare. Power means nothing when you can't land a clean shot, and against Usyk, Dubois will be swinging at thin air. Let's face it, Usyk isn't some knockout-hungry heavyweight. He's a ring genius, a master tactician who makes bigger, stronger opponents look like amateurs. Dubois had the perfect chance to prove himself against Joseph Parker, but what did he do? He bailed. Now suddenly, he's ready to face Usyk? This isn't bravery. It's pure delusion. Dubois is hoping for a lucky punch, but when it doesn't land, what's left? A fighter who folds under pressure. Usyk will make him miss, break him down, and expose him for what he truly is. Do you honestly think Dubois lasts more than 6 rounds? Or is this just another Usyk masterclass in destruction? Peter Fury isn't buying into Dubois' excuses. His so-called controversial
fact that Turkey's been mentioned that he wants to see Dubois versus Usyk. Look, Eddie Hearn can say what he wants about, oh, Daniel Dubois is the front runner. At the end of the day, if Turkey Al-Sheikh is saying that he wants to see Usyk versus Dubois, and it looks ever more likely that's what we're going to get, because Dubois is not going ahead with the Parker fight, and it doesn't look like he's going to give Parker a fight anytime soon.
Low blow against Usyk was nothing more than a blatant cheap shot. Fury, having analyzed the footage repeatedly, sees through the entire charade. Dubois didn't land a clean body shot. He went low, either out of desperation or as a con artist move. Meanwhile, let's not forget, this is the same Dubois who quit against Joe Joyce and ran from Parker, yet now he's crying foul over Usyk. Come on. On the other hand, Usyk has proven time and time again that he can absorb body shots and still find a way to dominate. He's faced harder punchers, smarter boxers, and tougher fighters than Dubois. And what did he do? He beat them all. Dubois, however, has yet to show he can stand up to a real challenge without folding under pressure. When Usyk dismantles him again, will Dubois have another excuse, or will he finally admit he's just not on that level? Despite Eddie Hearn's claims that Daniel Dubois...
Joseph Parker now, we don't know if he's going to have that fight with Daniel Dubois, if Dubois goes into an Usyk rematch next. What do you want to see?
I want to see that fight. I think it's going to be a great fight.
Parker Dubois?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great fight.
Who you got?
Who do I got? The best man. But right now, Daniel Dubois is the top man right now. He's the man that's holding the belt. So Parker has to come good. And Parker has the ability to win as well.
Dubois is the frontrunner for a fight with Usyk. It's becoming increasingly clear that the reality may be different. The heavyweight division remains in flux, and Usyk holds all the cards. Daniel Dubois is doing everything he can to dodge the real challenge. Recent comments from his camp have only added fuel to the fire, further convincing fans that Usyk versus Dubois is becoming a reality, especially since Dubois has shown zero interest in facing Joseph Parker anytime soon. The truth is starting to emerge. Dubois would rather avoid a legitimate test than risk facing Parker and suffering another loss. The longer he delays, the more obvious it becomes that he's not ready for Usyk either. If this fight ever happens, Usyk will rip through him with ease. The burning question remains, will Dubois finally step up and face the music, or will he continue avoiding the real threats that could define his career? Time is running out, and his excuses are wearing thin. This isn't just about his future, it's about his legacy. Meanwhile, Lennox Lewis is closely watching Joseph Parker's rise, especially after his latest victory. With the heavyweight division more exciting than ever, the big question is who Parker will face next. Will it be Daniel Dubois, or will Dubois jump straight into a rematch with Usyk? The anticipation has everyone on edge. However, Lewis sees a potentially explosive matchup between Parker and Dubois, one that could set the division ablaze. When asked who would win, Lewis acknowledged that Dubois holds the belt for now, but doesn't underestimate Parker. In fact, he believes Parker has the skills and potential to pull off an upset. While Parker's path to the top is filled with tough challenges, Lewis sees a bright future for the Kiwi. Whether he faces Dubois or Usyk next, Parker's journey is one to watch closely as the heavyweight division heats up. One thing is certain, the best is yet to come.